How's it going? My name's Q, and today I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happened with the Suns and the Lakers playoff game and the series. It was a good series. As a Suns fan, I'm very happy that the Suns won. I was pretty worried that they wouldn't get it done because the Lakers kind of did something a little tricky where LeBron sat for most of the season until they're at the end where they barely snuck in at the last minute, and so they had to face one of the top seeds, the Suns, the second seed, and so I was worried that, man, we got all the way to the second seed and we're not going to be able to get past the Lakers because we got to play the defending champions first round. So that was tough, but after the first game and you saw how the Suns came and played, I was fairly confident that that's how I wanted to see them play for this series. So I was glad to see them do that. And anyway, the next two games didn't go so well. They lost the next two, and so I was worried about that. But they came back, and they got their players contributing again. It's pretty easy for the stars to have good games when you have people like Cameron Payne, DeAndre Ayton having great games, and contributing in all facets of the game, so that helps a lot. But the Lakers had problems with injuries. Anthony Davis wasn't available for a lot of it. But yeah, it was interesting to see LeBron just not there mentally. He seemed to give up on the team, at least in certain ways. I mean, he just wasn't the classic LeBron that we're used to. So in a way, I'm happy, but in a way it would have been nice to see him, try a little bit harder. I know it's tough because, a lot of people are saying that he has so many good players around him that people that are riding the bench on his team would be starting for lots of other teams. So, he had the Lakers have a stacked team, so it's pretty disappointing that he can't get anything done with that, and that he can't even stay there with his team. Basically, if he's not winning, he doesn't want to be playing, and that's disappointing to see. And it gets him pretty far away in my eyes from being, even in the debate of the greatest of all time with Michael Jordan. But anyway, can the Suns continue this on and move on through the next round and maybe the next? I don't know. They have one of the best teams they've had in a very long time, and I'll definitely say that. I've been watching them for a long time. It's been a hard decade. It's been a very hard decade, but it's nice to see them finally having some success. I think this is good experience for the younger players because none of the players that have been with the Suns this whole time have had any playoff experience, so I'm glad to see them get some. I think that they have a pretty good chance against the other teams in the West. I'm not sure about the East, but just one thing at a time. It's hard to believe that the Suns have been one of the best teams historically in the NBA, but they just haven't won a championship. So maybe this is the year. I don't know, but it's nice to see them back in the playoffs, seeing the orange and purple back in the playoffs, and it's been fun so far. And sometimes it feels like the Suns just they're just never going to quite get over that hump, but they've been doing it quite a lot lately. So it's nice to see that they're finally having some success. So I just know that the East playoffs is going to be interesting because whoever makes it to the finals from the East is going to be extremely tough for the West, even though I think the West definitely is the stronger conference. We're just going to have to see what happens, but I think if the Suns continue to play as a team effort and don't rely on anyone too much, that's one thing, that's one of their strengths, is that they have so many players that they can, that can score constantly. And so they're almost unstoppable offensively, and that's really where their strength comes from. So it'll be interesting to see. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day.